Hi, I'd like to take the opportunity to show the termination of our LMR195 cable with one of our new X-Series connectors. These X-Series connectors have a lot of benefits, a lot of improved characteristics over the connectors in the past. They're tri-metal plated for excellent corrosion resistance. They have optimized VSWR. They have ribs in the back to help with strain relief and weather sealing. Maybe most importantly, they have unified strip dimensions that align with our CST195-200 tool. So all of these X-Series connectors, whether they're straight, right angle, male, female, N, TNC, whatever the interface may be, they all work with the same exact CST tool. I'd also like to demonstrate the WSB boot. This boot is a strain relief boot that also provides IP67 weather sealing at the back of the connector. The other tools that are involved will be our CT-100-195-240 crimp tool and our CCT-02 cutting tool. The process is very simple and very quick. These X-Series connectors, these easy style connectors, use a spring finger contact, gold-plated beryllium copper, so there's no soldering involved. So the whole termination is very, very quick. The first step in the process is to cut the cable back and get a nice clean cut on the cable. We'll use our CCT-02 tool to do that. Get 2 to 3 inches back from the end of the cable, provide a little bit of downward pressure on the blade, and just spin the tool around the cable. What you'll do is you'll basically scribe right through that cable and leave that cable nice and round. You won't crush the cable. If you use linesman's pliers and other cable cutting types of tools, you risk crushing that cable and altering the impedance of the cable. So we have a nice clean cut. The next step is we'll take our silicone lubricant. It's a biodegradable, dries very quickly, no sticky residue. Just put a small drop there. Take our molded silicone WSB boot, slide it over the cable, and just slide it back a little bit, like so. Take our crimp ferrule, slide the ferrule over the cable, and now we take our CST-195 tool. It's got 2 sides, side 1 and side 2. Make sure that there's nothing stuck in the tool there. Pop it onto side 1. Start to press down on this thumb switch and spin it around the cable. Once that thumb switch has been depressed all the way, you make 1 extra revolution, leave it depressed, and pull. As you see, it'll take that pellet right cleanly off the cable. Flip it around to side 2. Make sure your thumb wheel is set for straight. Place it over the cable, and just like an old-fashioned pencil sharpener, just spin that tool right around the cable. And you'll feel it come to, when it comes, cuts freely, you just remove it. And you'll have a nice prep as if it was done on a very high-end piece of benchtop machine. And you can do this in the field. At this point, just take those braid wires and just fold them back a little bit. There's no need to comb them out, just fold them back a little bit. You take your easy X-Series connector, just get it started. You feel it coming, a little resistance or it comes in contact with a center conductor. Give it an extra push, like so. That's those fingers riding up over the center conductor of the cable. Now you bring that ferrule, bring it back up and bring it all the way forward, and you see that those braid wires are right where they need to be. There's no need to trim those braid wires. They're in the perfect location. And what you want to do now is take your tool and you want to crimp it with a 213 hex die. The 213 hex die, this has 3 dies in the tool. The die closest to the back end there, that's the 213 hex. And you want to crimp it just once. You want to crimp it right close to the connector just once. You're going to see there's a section of the ferrule that's uncrimped. If you go back and crimp that, you're going to crush the jacket, you're going to change the impedance of the cable, and you're going to alter the electrical performance. So that's what that crimp should look like. At this point, that lubricant dries pretty quickly, so you put just 1 more drop of lubricant there, and you take this boot and you just slide it forward on the cable. Once it hits that lubricant, and you can hear it snap onto the back of the cable, and you're all set. You have a nice strain relief, you protected IP67, you got a good connector that's tri-metal plated, corrosion resistant, for excellent VSWR. Because we've used the prep tool, we haven't damaged the braid wires, we've made a nice, clean, consistent prep. We've used this cutting tool, we've kept the cable nice and clean, cut it squarely. And because this is a spring finger contact and there's no soldering involved, so there's very little variables in play. So you can reliably get the same performance over and over again by using this connector and this prep dimension, this prep tool. Thank you very much.